Wow, we're a month into the new year and already 2022 is shaping up to be an explosive one for streaming services.
Yeah, the fighting that we saw between YouTube TV and Roku and YouTube TV and Disney at the end of 2021 was just the beginning of the streaming wars. More services are poised to brawl big time this year as they each fight to be one of the top few streaming options by year's end.
Who gets hurt in all these streaming fights? It's not the services, as they are run by massive media companies. It's us, cord cutters who are looking to watch their favorite shows and sports for less.
Yeah, as we shared recently in our live TV streaming price hikes video, price increases happened last year with several popular live TV streaming services and are probable again with other cable alternatives this year. In fact, we already saw Netflix raise its rates by $1 to $2 across its 3 streaming plans.
So, in this video, we're going to cover a few of the big streaming fights going on, and we'll share 3 tips for keeping your streaming costs down in 2022. Now, if you don't recall, in late December of 2021, YouTube TV warned customers that they might lose access to Disney-owned channels. That warning turned into reality when the 2 media giants couldn't reach an agreement.
While YouTube TV was only without the Disney channels for a couple of days, we received many comments from viewers asking where they should go and which streaming service they should switch to.
For its part, YouTube TV offered customers a $15 credit for the disruption. It's reasonable to think that YouTube TV values the 18 Disney-owned channels it lost and then secured at $15 a month. That's how much it would have reduced its monthly price by had it not been able to add the Disney stations back. And it shows where streaming price increases often come from, and why we shouldn't be surprised if we see more price hikes this year.
Yeah, content costs a lot of money to create, and these streaming services are major media conglomerates investing billions of dollars in content creation. Disney, for example, announced it is investing $33 billion in content creation this year. It's only reasonable to assume Disney is going to eventually look to raise rates to recover the cost of creating all that new original content.
Never forget that at the end of the day, these companies care far less about your loyalty than their own bottom line. Yes, they want to keep you as a subscriber, but they're going to look out for their own best interests.
Yeah, we saw the same issue when YouTube TV and Roku went head-to-head with each other last year. That feud lasted a number of months and saw periods where new Roku users weren't able to access YouTube TV directly, but only through a workaround on the YouTube app. The two sides finally reached a multi-year distribution deal for Roku to offer both the main YouTube app and YouTube TV one day before Google said it would pull YouTube off of Roku.
Now, I know it may not seem like it with all the fighting going on, but we're actually living in the golden age of streaming. Right now, companies are spending billions of dollars to create original content that will attract subscribers because they know that not all of the streaming services that exist today are going to survive. Only the few with the most subscribers will make it.
In December of 2021, HBO Max Chief Content Officer Casey Bloys made this clear by saying, quote, "We're all in this race to end up as one of the top streaming services. It is a race. Not everybody's going to survive, and my hope is that our programming makes us one of the must-haves," unquote.
Original content is that lure that's driving subscriber growth. HBO Max was able to improve its subscriber base to about 45 million in 2021, largely because of its strategy to release new movies from Warner Brothers to its streaming service at the same time it released them to theaters. This was a huge boon for subscribers who got to see new blockbusters for no extra charge beyond their monthly subscription.
Yeah, it was a smart move for the streaming service. We know it's in the process of merging with Discovery Networks, which could bring the entire library currently on Discovery Plus to HBO Max. If that happens, we're likely going to see the price of HBO Max rise and see Discovery Plus go away completely. It's an example of one of the side effects of the fighting and jockeying for position atop the streaming heap. We could end up seeing media companies create content silos, where the only way to watch everything you want will be to pay multiple higher-priced monthly fees.
Yeah, Viacom could kill Showtime and Noggin this year. It owns both services along with Paramount Plus. By eliminating Showtime and Noggin and moving all of their content onto Paramount Plus, Viacom CBS could solidify Paramount Plus as one of the streaming services that makes the cut. Now, while this is good for Viacom CBS, it's potentially bad for consumers because you will have to pay more for what you want and put up with a bunch of content you don't care about. And what does that remind you of, John?
Cable.
Yes, exactly. Right now, in the golden age of streaming, you can sign up, binge a show you've been waiting for, and cancel either during a free trial period or just after a month of service with no penalties and fees. But who knows if it will always be this way? When streaming services are fully mature, they could become like cable, or at least live TV streaming services could end up going that way.
Another area where we see media companies prioritizing their success over our interest and enjoyment is in user interface. Accenture found in a new report that 60% of consumers find the process of navigating between different streaming services frustrating. 44% spend more than 6 minutes trying to find something to watch, and 89% don't feel like they have total control over the recommendations presented to them.
Google TV and Amazon are trying to combat this by offering a streaming interface that puts content recommendations from all the services you're subscribed to in the streaming menu or the homepage. We think that Google TV currently does the best job of this, but its results do skew towards YouTube TV, which is a streaming service that Google owns.
Ultimately, streaming services don't want to share user data with each other. They have all gone to great lengths to build walled gardens where they and only they have access to what you like to watch. We expect this user interface pain point to be around for a while, as the only way it will change is if users are able to force the media companies to start sharing data, which is a very tall task.
Right. So surveying this ultra-competitive landscape, what can you do to ensure that you come out ahead? Well, we recommend 3 tips. First, don't be loyal to a streaming service. I know it sounds bad, especially if you have brands that you feel loyal to, but the reality is you have to look out for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And that leads us to our second tip. Watch and cut. If you don't already, you should start doing this immediately. One of the biggest benefits of choosing to cut the cord is that you can cancel a streaming subscription whenever you want without any penalty. This is especially true with on-demand services.
Yeah, now Accenture found that 40% of the people it surveyed said they sign up for a streaming service to watch a single show. If that's you, there is nothing wrong with that. Just don't be afraid to cancel your subscription when the show is over. When another show you want to see has run its course, sign up for a month, watch it, and cancel.
Yeah, definitely. Now, our final tip is around live TV streaming services, and it's simply this. If you need live TV, look for the cheapest option available to you where you live. And know that live TV streaming services will cut channels when it suits them to do so. Like we said earlier, don't feel beholden to any one service, and don't hesitate to cancel when you find a better offer somewhere else.
You should always be looking for the cheapest way to watch the shows and sports that you love. And if you aren't sure what that is, use our free streaming quiz, which we link to below, to get a personalized recommendation in less than 30 seconds.
Well, that does it for this video. Let us know what you think of all the fighting going on in the streaming space in the comments below. Who is going to be left standing at the end? What's your favorite live TV or on-demand streaming service?
And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you can get all our latest news and reviews when they drop. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.